I never intended to meet an alien family, much less marry into one. My assignment was simple: represent humanity at the annual Intercultural Peace Summit on the distant planet Aurelian 4, a lush world of floating forests and crystalline oceans. The Aurelians were one of the oldest known civilizations, ancient, peaceful, and deeply family-oriented. I was just a cultural liaison, a diplomat in training. Nothing special, or so I thought. What happened there changed everything, not just for me, but for the fragile relationship between our species. And it all started with a single, unexpected invitation. Chapter 1: The Invitation. I had barely arrived at the summit when an Aurelian delegate approached me. Tall, slender, with iridescent pale blue skin and luminous eyes, he radiated warmth, both literally and figuratively. Aurelians were bioluminescent, their emotions glowing faintly through their skin. His name was Iron Valsoren. "You are the human representative, yes?" he asked with a slight bow. "Marcus Hale," I replied. "First time off Earth, actually." Iron's eyes brightened. "Then fate smiles upon us. You must visit our home tonight." I blinked. "Visit your home?" "Yes, of course," he said as though it were obvious. "A guest from a young species must be welcomed properly. My family insists." I was stunned. Humans had only been in contact with Aurelians for 3 years. Their families were considered sacred. No outsider had ever been hosted in a private home. I'd be honored, I managed. "Excellent," Iron said warmly. "My daughter will be pleased." "Your daughter?" He only smiled. If I'd known what that meant, I might have panicked. Instead, I simply followed. Chapter 2: The Valsoren Household. Their home floated above a lavender lake, tethered to the ground by golden vines that pulsed like veins. Aurelian homes were living structures grown, not built, responsive to mood and energy. When I stepped onto the walkway, the house lit up in a warm gold glow. Iron smiled proudly. "It recognizes you," he said. "This is good." Inside, the air smelled of citrus and cool rain. Soft bioluminescent vines wrapped around the walls, pulsing gently. Then she walked in. Saris Valsoren, Iron's daughter. Nearly my height, her skin glowed with a soft violet hue, signaling curiosity. Her silver-white hair cascaded like liquid starlight, and her eyes luminous purple, sharp but gentle. "So this is the human," she said, studying me openly. "You look different from a holos." I couldn't tell if that was a compliment. Hopefully in a good way. Her glow brightened just slightly. "We'll see." Her mother and younger brother greeted me as well, and before I knew it, I was being ushered into a circular dining hall where small floating dishes orbited the table like tiny planets. Dinner was intimate. Aurelians ate communally, touching fingertips lightly as they passed dishes, sharing energy through small bioelectric pulses. Saris sat beside me. Every time her fingers brushed mine, a spark traveled up my arm, an Aurelian form of emotional resonance. She noticed. "You respond strongly," she said. "Sorry," I muttered. "Humans aren't used to electricity at the dinner table." She laughed, a soft, melodic sound. "I like your reactions." Oh boy. Iron watched the exchange with undisguised amusement. After dinner, Saris guided me to an outdoor terrace where floating lantern creatures drifted across the sky. "You are different from the stories," she said unexpectedly. "Stories?" Humans are described as intense, impulsive, passionate, dangerous. I winced. "Not entirely wrong. But you are also sincere," she added. "And sincere is rare." We talked for hours. Culture, dreams, the burden of expectations. She told me about the ancient Aurelian rite of bonding, a sacred practice involving emotional synchrony. She didn't know it then, but I was already falling. Chapter 3. Trouble at the Summit. The next morning, the summit descended into chaos. A faction of Xirathi delegates, a spiked, reptilian species, accused humans of sabotage. A power relay had failed, nearly causing a station meltdown. All evidence points to the Terran representative, the Xirathi chief hist. That's impossible, I said, stunned. I wasn't even near, but the data logs were corrupted. And the sabotage was real. Humanity's entire relationship with the summit hung on the edge. Iron stepped forward. Marcus Hale was with my family last night, he declared. He could not have done this. The Xirathi snarled. You trust a human? Reckless. Saris shocked everyone by stepping forward as well. I trust him, she said firmly. Completely. Aurelian glows brightened through the crowd. Surprise, curiosity, approval. But the Xirathi weren't satisfied. If you claim innocence, human, then prove it, the chief hissed. Find the real saboteur before the summit ends. I didn't have a choice. Then I'll find them, I said. Saris stepped to my side. Not alone. Iron sighed softly. Saris, she held his gaze. I choose this. I didn't understand it at the time, but for an Aurelian, choosing someone meant something deep. Something binding. Something dangerous. Chapter 4. Into the shadows, Saris and I combed through security logs, energy readings, and witness statements. Hours passed. Nothing. Then Saris paused the holofeed.
There, she said.
A small figure slipped into the restricted area minutes before the sabotage. Zoom. It wasn't human. It was Xirathi. Of course, Saris murmured. They wanted to frame your species. We tracked the energy signature through the summit grounds to an underground service tunnel. Saris moved with silent grace. Violet glow dimmed for stealth. I followed, heart pounding. We found the culprit hunched over a data node, trying to erase evidence. Stop, Saris commanded. The Xirathi saboteur hissed and lunged at me with a plasma blade. I dodged, barely. Saris was faster. Her bioelectric pulse stunned the attacker instantly. We dragged the saboteur to the summit chamber. The Xirathi chief recoiled. Explain yourself. The saboteur trembled. We needed leverage. Humans advance too fast. Too greedy. We feared. Fear is no excuse for lies, Saris declared. The summit concluded with the Xirathi exposed, their credibility shattered. Humanity was cleared. But something else happened too. The entire Aurelian delegation looked at Saris and me differently. Iron approached us afterward. Saris, he said gently. You know what this means. She nodded. I do. I frowned. What's going on? Iron smiled softly. When an Aurelian chooses to defend someone with emotional resonance, it is a declaration of intent. Intent. Saris stepped closer, her glow deepening into warm gold. It means, Marcus, she said quietly, that I choose you. Chapter 5. The bonding rite. I didn't know whether to laugh or panic. Saris, this is big. Huge. Life-changing. Yes, she said simply. And humans complicate things. Aurelians simplify them. She liked me. She trusted me. She wanted to bond. Iron placed a calming hand on my shoulder. Marcus, she means you no pressure. But Aurelian choice is rare. If you do not return her feelings, she will accept it. Saris looked down briefly, her glow dimming. That broke me. I do, I said. I choose you too. Her glow brightened so intensely I had to blink away the brilliance. That night, under the floating lantern creatures, the Valsoran family conducted the bonding rite of the two horizons, an ancient ceremony where two beings shared emotional resonance until their energies harmonized. Saris and I stood facing each other, palms touching. Energy flowed between us, warm, electric, merging. I felt her memories, her fears, her hopes, her loneliness behind the brilliance she showed the world. And she felt mine. When our energies synchronized, the air rippled with light. The bond was real,
Permanent.
beautiful. Her mother pressed a crystalline crown into my hand, a symbol of acceptance into their lineage. Iron smiled. Welcome to our family, Marcus Hale. I was speechless. Saris squeezed my hand gently. You're one of us now, she said. And she kissed me, soft, glowing, electric. Chapter 6. Consequences. News spread fast. A human bonding with an Aurelian? Unprecedented. Some summits praised it as a symbol of unity. Others whispered warnings. The Xirathi were furious, humiliated by both the failed sabotage and the unexpected alliance between our species. The next day, Saris and I were walking along the floating gardens when a sharp whistle cut through the air. Down, she shouted. A plasma bolt scorched the air where my head had been. Xirathi assassins. 2 of them. Saris reacted instantly, energy flaring like a storm. She launched a bioelectric pulse that flung one attacker into a tree. I tackled the other, wrestling the weapon away. More bolts rained. Then Aurelian guards arrived, subduing the assassins. The summit was thrown into panic. The Xirathi chief was forced to stand trial, their faction stripped of rights indefinitely. As the dust settled, Aurelian representatives addressed us. Saris Valsorin, Marcus Hale. One elder declared, "Your bond has altered the political landscape, but it has also saved this summit. For that, you are honored." Saris squeezed my hand. "We stand together," she said. And we did. Chapter 7. A wedding beyond worlds. Weeks passed. My initial mission was long over, but I stayed. Not because I had to, because I wanted to. Saris and I grew inseparable, our bond deepening with each passing day. Her family treated me as one of their own. Her mother taught me the Aurelian language. Her brother sparred with me in their traditional martial art. One morning, Saris brought me to the lakeside where we first met. "Marcus," she said softly, "there is something I must ask." She extended a shimmering crystal ring, grown from their home's living architecture. "Will you join your life with mine? Fully? Formally?" My throat tightened. Saris, yes. 1,000 times yes. The Aurelian wedding ceremony was breathtaking. We stood on a floating platform surrounded by glowing water. Aurelians chanted in harmonic resonance, their skin glowing like shifting rainbows. Energy threads wrapped around us, weaving our bond into a radiant tapestry of light. As we sealed our vows, the entire lake erupted in bioluminescent blossoms, living fireworks. "Marcus Valsorin," Saris whispered. "My husband from the stars." I laughed, heart full. Saris Hale Valsorin. My wife. My miracle. Epilogue. A new future. Our marriage marked the beginning of a new era. Humanity and Aurelians formed a formal alliance, the first deep interspecies bond recognized across the galaxy. Diplomatic channels opened. Cultural exchanges flourished. Trade agreements formed. But for me, the greatest reward wasn't political. It was waking up each morning beside Saris, her glow warming the room. It was being part of her family. It was finding love in the unlikeliest corner of the universe. I'd started this journey as a nervous junior diplomat. I ended it as a bridge between worlds and a husband to the most extraordinary woman I'd ever known. All because I accepted an invitation from an alien family and ended up marrying their daughter. Sometimes, the universe doesn't just surprise you. Sometimes it chooses you.